Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. The Cubs are going to continue this 7-game road trip with a trip to Los Angeles. They finished 2-2 against the Diamondbacks, and now this will be the first game of a 3-game set at Dodger Stadium. Let's see what today's lineups are going to look like. The Dodgers are going to send Alex Wood out to the mound. In 4 games, he is 0-2 with a 5.40 ERA and a 1.42 WHIP. He will be opposed by Chris Archer, making start number 8. He is 2-3 with a 3.86 ERA and a 1.29 WHIP. As an update from yesterday, Jason Heyward is day-to-day with a knee contusion for 3 days, and he looks like he is going to be back in the lineup. He's out there again today, batting 8th in right field. The red-hot Jason Kipnis is going to continue to play in the lineup. He is going to be out there over Fletcher today. So, let's get this game started. It is a beautiful 69 degrees at Dodger Stadium today. Wind blowing right to left at 9 mph. And the Dodgers starter, Alex Wood, is standing on the mound. He will face Cub left fielder Mike Tauchman to lead off the game. Cubs come in with an 18-17 record, 3rd place in the Central. The Dodgers are at 18-15, 1st place in the National League West. Alex Wood comes to the plate. Ground ball to first. Tauchman grounds out. Max Muncy has it, runs over to the bag, and that is out number 1. Almora will bat second with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Almora grounds to second. Quick relay to first, and Almora is retired for out number 2. Anthony Rizzo will be the next batter for the Cubs. The lefty Rizzo will stand in against the lefty Wood with an 0-1 count. Rizzo hits it to second again, ground ball, throw to first. Rizzo is retired. That is out number 3. We go to the bottom of the first. Cubs go down in order. Dodgers coming up to bat. Chris Archer stands on the mound for the Cubs this afternoon. With a 3-0 count, Archer is pitching to Turner. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 4. He heads down to first, and Justin Turner draws the walk. Max Muncy will be the next batter. Full count to Muncy. Ground ball to first. A diving play by Rizzo. He grabs it, but he is not able to retire the runner at first. That'll be an infield single for Muncy. Archer was a little slow covering the bag there, and Rizzo wasn't able to dust himself off and get back in time. Cody Bellinger will now bat for the Dodgers with runners on first and second and nobody out. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. He hits a base hit up the middle. That's going to split the gap over second base, but the run will not score. The Dodgers' third base coach puts up the stop sign as Almora gets the ball back in quickly. And now Mookie Betts will be the next batter. He comes up with the bases full of Dodgers and nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 count. Ground ball to short. Baez to second. Relay to first. Baez to Kipnis to Rizzo. That is a ground ball double play. The run does score. The Dodgers now have a 1-0 lead. And Muncy advances to third. However, the Cubs situation has improved dramatically as now there's a runner on third and 2 out, and Jock Peterson, the next batter. 1 ball count to Peterson. Popped up on the infield. This should end the inning. Baez comes across the diamond, makes the play, and the side is retired. The Dodgers get 2 hits. They do score 1 run, and they are now ahead 1-0. Go to the top of the second inning. Baez leads off for the Cubs. 0-2 count to Baez. Baez thought he checked his swing, but the umpire rung him up anyway. That is strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Alex Wood. Chris Bryant now the batter for the Cubs. 2-2 count to Bryant. Here's the pitch. Bryant, he definitely swung at that one. That was a circle change, and he strikes out swinging for out number 2. Wilson Contreras now steps in. 2 outs, nobody on, 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Contreras slaps it down in the left field corner. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Contreras rounds first, heading for second. He is going to get into second with a stand-up double. Extra bases for Contreras with 2 outs. And now Kipnis, the batter. He has been red hot recently, earning a spot in the starting lineup. Lefty Kipnis will face the lefty Wood with 2 outs and runner in scoring position. 1-2 count. Kipnis hits it down the line. The third baseman dives, but it gets by him. That ball gets down into left field. Justin Turner tried to dive for that ball, but apparently it went under his glove. Kipnis has an RBI double. Contreras scores from second, and we have a 1-1 ball game. Jason Hayward now the batter, with Kipnis on second and 2 out. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Here comes the pitch. And Hayward strikes out swinging on a pitch that was inside. And that is the end of the inning, folks. The Cubs do score on the 2-out RBI double by Kipnis. We go to the bottom of the second of a 1-1 game. Archer will face Corey Seager to lead off the Dodgers half of the second inning. Archer looks in. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a base hit. Over Bryant's head down in the left field corner. Runner rounds first, heading for second. He slides into second with a double. That is a lead-off double for Corey Seager. And the Dodgers are trying to regain the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Enrique Hernandez now, Dodgers second baseman, stands in. Nobody out. Runner on second. Full count pitch. Archer to the plate. That's another base hit. That's over Rizzo's head down into the right field corner. The runner from second is going to score. Hernandez slides into second with an RBI double, and the Dodgers have retaken the lead at 2-1. Archer has struggled here in the early going. He allowed 4 hits and 2 runs already with nobody out in the second inning. And now Austin Barnes, the Los Angeles catcher, will stand in with 2 out, with nobody out, runner on second. 2-0 count. Ground ball up the middle. Baez has it. Looks the runner back to second. Fires to first. Barnes is retired for out number 1. The pitcher, Alex Wood, will step in now. Hernandez still standing on second. 1 out. Full count. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball to second. Kipnis to Rizzo. 4-3 on the ground out. And that retires Wood for the second out. The base runner advances to third on that play. Justin Turner will now be the batter with 2 outs and a runner on third. 2-0 count to Justin Turner. Turner is going to drive in a run. That's an RBI base hit into right field. Turner's going to head into second. He will be standing at second with a double. And the Dodgers now have a 3-1 lead. Max Muncy is the next batter. 2 outs, runner on second. Turner with the RBI double, and now a 1-2 pitch. That's a weak grounder up the middle. Baez has it, throws to first, but the runner is safe at first. Man, Archer needed to field that ball. When it got past the mound, Baez just didn't have a good chance to get it and throw the runner out at first. Score that as an infield single for Max Muncy. And now Cody Bellinger will be the next batter. Runners on the corners in 2 out. 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a fly ball to center field, but Almora is there, and he pulls that in for out number 3. The Dodgers score twice and now own a 3-1 lead. Chris Archer of the Cubs will stand in against the Dodger pitcher Alex Wood to lead off the third inning. Full count. Archer with a weak grounder over to first. Muncy fields, throws to Wood, who's covering first, for out number 1. Mike Tauschman now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 count. Tauschman swings and misses at a sinker. That is out number 2. It is strikeout number 4 for Alex Wood. And Almora now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 count to Almora. Almora grounds weakly to second. The throw is not, there's actually no throw to first. I think he might have lost that. Or maybe it's stuck in his glove a little bit. But Hernandez is not able to get a handle on the ball and throw it to first, so Almora has an infield single. That'll bring up Rizzo as the potential tying run here in the top of the 3rd inning. 2 outs, 1-0 count. Rizzo hits it very high in the air to short right field. Plenty of time for Hernandez to redeem himself by making the 3rd out. We go now to the bottom of the 3rd of a 3-1 Dodger lead. Mookie Betts will lead off for the Dodgers. Chris Archer, who's already thrown 53 pitches through 2 innings, is going to come out and try to improve on his performance here in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch to Betts. That's going to be a looping line drive to right field, but Hayward comes in and makes the catch. I wasn't sure if that was going to drop at first. Hayward covered a lot of ground to get there. Retire Betts for the 1st out. Jock Peterson will now bat with 1 out, nobody on. 1-0 count. Archer comes to the plate. That's hit very hard. That's going to be a clear single into right field. Peterson stops at first. Seager now the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. 1-1 pitch. Archer to the plate. Popped up to center field. Almora comes in. He puts it away for out number 2. The throw goes back to first. The throw is late, but they definitely tried to catch Peterson leaning the wrong way on a potential tag up there. Hernandez now the batter. He comes up with 2 outs and a runner on first. 1-1 count. Ground ball. Rizzo must have been holding the runner because he was standing on first base. And it appears that that is going to be a single, although this is taking a very long time to play itself out. No, Rizzo actually recovers and throws out the runner from right field. I feel like Captain Hook with 1 peg leg should have been able to beat that ground ball out, but was not the case. So anyway, we go now to the top of the 4th inning of a 3-1 game. Baez is going to lead off for the Cubs as they try to get back in this. 2-2 pitch to Baez. Ground ball to second. Throw to first. Baez is retired 4-3. Bryant will now be the batter. Full count pitch to Bryant. Hit pretty well to center field, but Peterson is drifting back. Bellinger drifts back, and he does make the catch on the warning track. Bryant gave it a ride. Peterson's in left field. Bellinger's in center today. But Bryant is retired for out number 2. Contreras now the batter. 2-0 count to Contreras. 2 out. Ground ball to first. That'll be an easy play for Muncy. He touches the bag, and the Cubs are retired in order in the 4th inning. We go now to the bottom of the 4th of a 3-1 Dodger lead. Austin Barnes will be the batter. Dodgers sending 8-9-1 up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. That is well hit to right field, but Hayward is in excellent position, and he catches that with a minimal amount of effort for out number 1. Alex Wood now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Archer pitching to Wood. That is going to be a single into center field for Wood, just outside of the reach of Baez. Although some days I don't feel like Baez has very much reach to begin with. Wood now standing on first, and Justin Turner the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. 1-2 count. And he hits another single into center field. That one cleared the infield easily. The throw goes to third, prevents the runners from continuing to advance. Wood goes to second. The Dodgers now have first and second, and only one out, and the middle of their lineup coming up. Max Muncy is the next batter. 1-1 pitch to Muncy. Muncy hits it pretty well out to right field, but Hayward looks like he will track that down. They're going to test Hayward's arm, and he is going to easily throw out that runner on the tag-up attempt at third base. Wow. Double play, 9-5 to end the inning. Hayward says, "Do not test my arm, I will throw you out." We go now to the top of the fifth. Jason Kipnis is going to lead off for the Cubs. Full count pitch to Kipnis. Here it comes. Kipnis hits it on the ground, too short. The throw goes to first. Kipnis is retired for out number 1. And here is the hero of the fourth inning, Jason Hayward, standing in with 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 pitch to Hayward. Hayward knocks it up the middle, and he has a single. The throw goes over to first, but Hayward retreats quickly. Standing on first with 1 out, and Archer now the batter. It looks like the Dodgers have brought the corners infielders in. They're anticipating the bunt from Archer. And Archer lays it down. He knocks it back to the mound. He bunted that way too hard, and Archer just grounded into a double play. The bunt went straight back to the pitcher, and Hayward apparently did not get a good jump. The double play goes 1-6-3, and the Dodgers get out of the inning. That is a disappointing way to end the fifth inning. We go now to the bottom of the fifth with a 3-1 Dodger lead. Archer on the mound, thrown 76 pitches. He's settled down a little bit since the early innings. He's going to face Bellinger here to lead off the Dodgers half of the fifth. 1-2 count to Bellinger. Strike 3 swinging. Archer strikes him out with the slider. That is Archer's first strikeout of the day. Mookie Betts now the batter. Archer with the first pitch, and Betts rips it into left field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Betts circles first. He heads to second. He's going to slide into second with a double. Tauschman gets it back in quickly, but Betts reaches second safely, and now Jock Peterson will bat with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. First pitch to Peterson. Hopped up to right. Hayward coming in. He makes the catch, and Betts says there is no way I'm tagging up on that play. He stays right at home on second base. Corey Seager will now be the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. First pitch to Seager, and they intentionally walk Seager. He will not have an opportunity to swing the bat. Instead, pitch to Enrique Hernandez. I would say this is actually a pretty good piece of strategy on the part of the Cubs manager, David Ross, right here. Hernandez, considerably less talented hitter than Corey Seager. Let's see how this works out. Archer with the 2-2 pitch to Enrique Hernandez. And he makes him look bad. He hits a single into center field. The runner rounds third and is heading home. He is safe at home. 4-1 Dodgers. Well, sometimes you can make all the right decisions and they still don't work out. I think that was probably one of those cases. Dodgers still have first and second, 2 men out. Now a 4-1 lead, and Archer is pitching to Austin Barnes. 1-2 count here. Barnes grounds over to Rizzo at first. The throw goes to Archer, who's covering the bag, and the Dodgers are retired. The Dodgers are retired in the bottom of the fifth inning, but not until after they score a run to extend their lead 4-1. We go now to the top of the sixth. Mike Tauschman will lead off for the Cubs against Alex Wood. Thrown 67 pitches through 5 innings so far. 2-2 pitch. Here comes and Tauschman strikes out looking on a ball that is right at the knees. Almora now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Almora. He tried to check his swing, but the umpire says he went around, and that is strikeout number 2 this inning. Number 6 of the game for Alex Wood. Rizzo now steps up with 2 outs and nobody on. Full count pitch to Rizzo. Here it comes. Rizzo pops it up on the infield. The second baseman, Hernandez, he's called off by the shortstop, Seager, and the Cubs are retired in order in the top of the sixth. Going to the bottom of the sixth inning, we have a 4-1 Dodger lead. Dodgers pitcher Alex Wood will lead off. Chris Archer is coming out for inning of work number 6, already sitting at 91 pitches. First pitch to Wood. Little looper to right field. Kipnis goes back, and he is going to hustle back to make that catch for out number 1. Justin Turner now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Archer looking for the side. Comes to the plate. That's hit hard down in the right field corner. He is going to go for extra bases. The throw goes into second. Hayward came close to throwing him out at second base, but Turner is standing in there with a double. Max Muncy now the batter, and the new Cub pitcher is going to be Cam Bedrosian. Let's see what the line is for Chris Archer. He threw 5 1/3, allowed 11 hits, 4 runs all earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout. He would stand to lose this game right now if the current score holds. Max Muncy now the batter against Bedrosian, with Turner standing on second base. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to second. Kipnis has it. Throws to first for out number 2. The runner Turner advances to third on the fielder's choice, and Cody Bellinger now the batter with 2 outs and 1 man on. Here's the pitch, and they are going to intentionally walk him. Bellinger heads down to first so that they can face Mookie Betts. Bedrosian, the righty, facing the righty Betts. Apparently they're trying for a matchup advantage here. And Betts only has 1/3 the number of home runs that Bellinger has, so let's see how this works out. 1 strike count. Oh, and he steals second. The throw down to second is late. Bellinger picks up stolen base number 4 on the season. And Betts now the batter. I wonder if they're just going to intentionally walk Betts, but I don't know. With first base open, 2 outs. No, 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Bryant has it. Throws to first, and the Dodgers are retired, but not after putting 2 runners on. They strand them both. We go to the top of the 7th inning of a 4-1 Dodger lead. The Cubs really have not gotten much of anything going against Alex Wood today. Let's see if they can change that in the top of the 7th. 1-2 count. Baez leading off for the Cubs, and he strikes out swinging on a sinker. Strikeout number 7 for Alex Wood, and that will actually be the end of his day. The Dodgers pull him in favor of reliever Joe Kelly. Alex Wood now has a line of 6 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run earned, and 7 strikeouts. He would stand to win this game. Chris Bryant will stand in against the Dodger reliever Joe Kelly. He's thrown 15 innings, allowed 8 earned runs and 10 walks to 14 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch with 1 out to Bryant. Kelly comes to the plate. Oh, and he hits Bryant. The umpire sends him down to first base after he gets nicked in the leg, and that will bring up Contreras. 1 out, runner on first. Contreras, 1 for 2 already today. Full count pitch. Strike 3 swinging on a fastball that was down and away. That fastball had Contreras all kinds of turned around. Kipnis now the batter with 2 outs and a runner on first. 0-2 pitch to Kipnis. Ground ball to third. That'll be an easy play. Turner throws to second to retire the lead runner, and the Cubs are retired in the top of the 7th inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th now of a 4-1 Dodger lead. Jock Peterson will lead off against Cub reliever Cam Bedrosian here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch. Ground ball to first. Rizzo has it. Throws to the pitcher who's covering first. And the first out is recorded. Peterson is retired. 3-1. Seager now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 pitch to Corey Seager. That was a ball. It must have been a little inside. Seager now heads down to first with the walk, and Enrique Hernandez is the next batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Made him look bad earlier in the game when he drove in a run after they intentionally walked Seager to get to Hernandez. And the Cubs are going to bring in another reliever. Jeremy Jeffress is going to come in to pitch. 1 ball count. Oh, and that's a wild pitch. And the runner is confused. He took off for second and then headed back to first, and then the first base coach, gesturing wildly, told him to turn around and head back to second. He does, in fact, advance to second on the passed ball. Jeffress still pitching to Hernandez with a 2-2 count. Here it comes. Popped up to left. That should be playable. It is. The left fielder Tauschman comes in to get out number 2. Seager remains on second, and Austin Barnes is the next batter. 2-2 pitch to Barnes. Strike 3 looking, and Jeffress gets him out of the inning. We go now to the top of the 8th of a 4-1 Dodger lead. Jason Hayward will lead off for the Cubs, and then the pitcher spot will be due up second. I imagine we will see a pinch hitter. But David Ross has been known to surprise me at times. Jason Hayward takes ball 4 low on a full count pitch and heads down to first base. David Fletcher is going to be the pinch hitter for the Cubs. He will stand in against Dodger reliever Joe Kelly with Hayward on first and nobody out. 2-1 pitch to Fletcher. Fletcher hits it high to left center field. That will be playable on the warning track. Peterson makes the catch for out number 1. And now, with Tauschman coming up, the Cubs have turned over their lineup. Tauschman, leadoff hitter for the Cubs, will face lefty Caleb Ferguson. Ferguson has been just about unhittable this year. He has thrown 17 innings, allowed 2 runs, walked 5 against 30 strikeouts for a 1.06 ERA. Ferguson will be pitching to Tauschman with Hayward on first and 1 out. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. It's going to be hit into center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Hayward rounds second but heads back. He does not try to advance to third. And now Albert Almora comes up representing the tying run for the Cubs. He is batting with first and second and 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch. Almora gets a base hit down in the left field corner over the third baseman's head. Hayward comes around. He is going to score. That is going to be an RBI double for Albert Almora. The runner Tauschman stops at third. Rizzo now stepping up to bat with second and third and 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Cubs have cut into this lead. It is now 4-2 Dodgers. 1-1 pitch to Rizzo. Rizzo hits it very high and very deep out to right center field. That is going to be gone. Rizzo hits a 3-run home run, giving the Cubs a 5-4 lead off of the Dodgers bullpen here in the 8th inning. Nice piece of hitting right there by Rizzo. Put that one about into the 3rd row of the right field bleachers. And the Dodgers will bring out a new pitcher, Zach McAllister, to face Javier Baez. The righty McAllister has appeared in 11 innings so far this year, has allowed 13 earned runs in 11 innings for an ERA of 10.64. Well, Baez is going to stand in against McAllister with a 1-1 count and nobody on base. Here's the pitch. That is popped up behind third base. It looks like Turner's going to get there. And he puts it away for out number 2. Chris Bryant now the batter. He will step up with 2 outs and nobody on base. 2-2 pitch to Bryant. Here it comes. Bryant skies it out to right field. That is not as deep as Rizzo's. He is going to fly out on the warning track to end the 8th inning. But the Cubs, with a tremendous rally, score 4 runs in the top of the 8th inning, capped off by the Rizzo home run. And they have taken the lead 5-4. We go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs are going to bring in lefty setup man Zach Britton to face the Dodgers pinch hitter Chris Taylor in the bottom of the 8th inning. Britton is appearing in this game. He has thrown 13 innings so far. He has 8 walks to 12 strikeouts with a 2.63 ERA. And a 3-ball count. Britton comes to the plate against Taylor. That is ball 4. Apparently that was low. And Justin Turner is now the batter with the tying run on first base. I certainly hope we have Kimbrel warming up somewhere in the bullpen in case this starts to get out of hand. 1-2 count. Britton comes to the plate. That's going to be a base hit to right field. It gets over the second baseman Kipnis' head. Hayward gets it back into the infield. The Dodgers now have 2 men on to lead off the 8th inning. Turner's on first, Taylor's on second, and Muncy is the batter. Britton with a 1-2 count. And Muncy strikes out swinging. Britton with an excellent sinker that was down and away. Strikes out Muncy, and now he will face Bellinger with 1 out. And the Cubs a double play ground ball away from getting out of this inning. 1-ball count. The runners are going. Throw goes down to third, but it is late. Taylor steals second. Taylor steals third. Turner steals second on the double steal. And the Dodgers now have this tying run 90 feet away. They have the lead run on second base, and Bellinger's still batting. With a 2-0 count, I wonder if they're just going to concede and put him on first base. Well, that was kind of an intentional walk. Bellinger heads down to first. That loads up the bases for Mookie Betts. Britton needs to make a really good pitch here to get out of this inning. He needs a ground ball. He needs a strikeout, something. The Cubs have brought the infield in. They have the shift on the infield, and they have the infield drawn in to try to throw out the runner at home on a ground ball. 0-2 count. Britton comes to the plate. Ground ball. The throw goes home, and then the throw goes to first, and the Cubs get a ground ball double play. Excellent defense right there. That play actually goes 4-2 to 3 to end the inning. The second baseman, Kipnis, fielded that through home, the relay to first, and the Cubs preserve the 5-4 lead over the Dodgers. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and Wilson Contreras will lead off for the Cubs. He is going to face a new Dodger reliever, Adam Kolarek. Kolarek at 6 2/3 innings has 1 walk to 8 strikeouts and a 2.70 ERA. Contreras gets the first pitch from Kolarek. Here it comes. He hits it on the ground to short. That is going to be out number 1 in the top of the 9th inning. Jason Kipnis now the batter against Kolarek. 1 out, 2-1 count. Kipnis skies it out to center field. Very high fly ball. The center fielder Bellinger comes in and puts it away for out number 2. Jason Hayward will now be the batter with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 9th inning. 2-2 count to Hayward. The shift is on. And Hayward strikes out swinging. Wouldn't have mattered where the infielders were standing. Struck out swinging on a sinker. We go now to the bottom of the 9th inning of a 5-4 Cub lead. Craig Kimbrel now, the pitcher for the Cubs. He is going to try to record the save in a 5-4 game. He is going to face Peterson, Seager, and Enrique Hernandez here in the bottom of the 9th. Full count pitch. Kimbrel looking for the sign. comes to the plate. Strike 3 swinging. That was a fastball at 95. Kimbrel just threw it right past him. Seager now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Seager. Strike 3 swinging, another fastball. Clocks in at 95 once again. Kimbrel is really locating his fastball very well today. And Hernandez now, the Dodgers' final out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2-2 pitch. Kimbrel comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Kimbrel strikes out the side to lock down the save. The Cubs are victorious 5-4. Wave the white flag at Wrigley today. The Cubs score 5 runs on 7 hits with a big rally in the top of the 8th inning, improving to 19-17. The Dodgers score 4 runs on 13 hits, dropping their record to 18-16. The player of the game is actually in a losing effort, the Dodgers' Alex Wood, who looked very good today, 6 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. But ultimately, he is not involved in the decision at all. The loss is pinned on Caleb Ferguson for allowing 3 hits and 3 runs without recording an out in the 8th inning. Craig Kimbrel of the Cubs gets save number 10 in 11 opportunities. He strikes out the side in the 9th. Britton with a hold. Jeffress actually credited with the win. And that is going to be the ball game, folks. Thank you for listening to Replacement Player Baseball.